Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Warframe, where I am back at it again with doing another Devstream recap. This is Devstream 72, which is also their last Devstream until PAX. And at PAX, there will be tons of new stuff, so they're also going to live stream that, and I'm going to watch that, and I'm going to do a summary of it if you don't have time to as well. So let's just jump right into all the facts, because this was a really meaty Devstream. And also, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just using, this is kind of just a fun run to see if I can make a little platinum, get the Nova Prime systems or chassis, whatever the hell it drops from here. I actually don't remember. But, so you can disregard the gameplay entirely, it doesn't matter at all. But let's just jump right into all the facts right now. So the very first thing they started off was why are the Tenno or operators children, or kids, whatever you want to call them? And they started off by saying contrast. That was the very first question, and the very first answer, it was contrast. Because all other games have done it with, oh, you're just one entity, godlike basically, with a hairy chest or an eye patch, or just some brawny or booby, beautiful lady or handsome man who controls all or sees all, and everyone, they just got tired of it, so they kind of bandied out the idea of having them be kids, and it stuck, and I honestly quite enjoy it. And it also kind of gets the feel that they are fragile, like the Warframes are strong and powerful, but these kids, they're extremely intelligent, they know so much, but they can't survive. They wouldn't be able to survive on their own, just on their physical stature. And that apparently also plays, as they said, a very big role in the next quest. Now, they haven't really revealed anything at all in that sense, just like they did with the second Dream quest or the Nata quest, which, in all honesty, I'm completely okay with. I love the mystery, I love the mystique. It gives you time to guess or estimate what you think will or may not happen. But I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's just the way they do things, so if you don't like it, you're going to have to get used to it, because it's not going to be changing anytime soon. Now, apparently also, the new quest also has to do with focus, and the focus implies that there is a central entity as well, which are the operators. That was just kind of a little side note that they threw into there, just real quick, yada yada yada, not very important. But it also has to go with the U19 focuses on the operator being a child and not a grown-up, like I had just stated. But I'm really excited to see how they do this, because also in the new star chart rework, they've also showed Earth in a very specific location that it is only showing water. As much water as you can possibly get from a picture of Earth. So it might be a giant part of the Pacific or Atlantic, I don't really know, but there's no, China isn't visible, nor America, South America, Europe, anything. There are no continents really seeable except for the very big ice one, which, since my geography sucks, I apologize. I don't know what it is. There's just a big icy chunk at the top and then all water. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe we're going to have to do more shark wing or something. I really have no clue, but I just can't wait to find out. The next point was, what is Warframe's true end goal? I can tell you that for free. It's fashion frame, for goodness sakes. Everyone, by the end, once you have everything, it's like, oh great, maxed out every weapon, maxed out every Warframe. Now let's make these bad boys look good. That's why so many people spend so much money on cosmetics. I included. I love cosmetics. I love making my Warframe look better. And now it's going beyond Warframes. It's going to the operators, which I am so hyped for. They're getting new hairstyles, new face gear. Some of the ones that they showed was like kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It was kind of like a very thin pair of sunglasses, which is kind of weird, not my thing. They had like a nose piercing that went all the way through the bone, kind of weird as well. But they also had one that was like kind of a just a scanner just over one eye, an eye patch kind of looking thing, similar to a Grenier looking thing, I don't know, but I really want that. And also, along with the new face gear, they're also getting new faces, which is going to be wicked cool. And then of course, new outfits, operator suits, and a lot of you guys may be like, oh, that's terrible, but it's like, well, maybe not, because what I'm honestly thinking, also granted, I may be completely wrong, but I'm just jumping out into the open waters as they are. So if I'm wrong, just deal with it. I apologize. But what I'm thinking is that you're going to actually be able to use your operators soon. Like, actually use them in combat maybe a little bit. Like, maybe if your Warframe is about to die as well, maybe instead of just, since I use Vazarin, coming out and healing everyone, maybe it actually comes out and it walks around or, like, truly protects you. Like, maybe it gets, like, a little bit of, like, a stun rifle or some Sancti Castanas that just kind of shock everything, or put out, like, a shocking pulse that makes everything immobile while it protects you or heals you or kills everything, whatever your power does. But that's just what I think. I may be completely wrong there, but let's go on to the very next point. Now, this one is kind of one of the minor ones. We all know what fusion is, and well, I despise it. I don't really find it very useful. I already have all the mods that I truly need, and I don't really need to fusion anything to get mods that I don't already have. Most of the mods that I don't have are event mods, or mods that Katir's brought, and I have not had the ducats to buy. So, and I can't make either of those. So there's no real point of me fusioning anything up at all. But they're going to be fixing it, because a lot of the very first things when you start out in Warframe are very confusing for new players. So they're trying to simplify it and dumb it down from matching polarity and bronze, silvers, and golds to make maximum efficiency or whatever. But that's going to be absolutely great, because I agree that it is a very complicated system to learn. Even with a bunch of like tutorials and things on how it works, it's still not the clearest thing on the planet. It's more just experimentation. You learn as you go along. That's why I learned about just modding in general. But so that was just kind of a side point as well. This one I was, when they first brought it up, very scared of. The loot caves. Will they be changing loot caves? They are going to be changing Draco. Draco will be getting a rework. They may be changing the tile set of it or something new. And also, if it is nerfed, well, I don't really mind, because this was a quote from either Megami or Digital Exchange. I don't freaking know. But it was, there will always be a loot cave. And they said that on their stream as well. Doesn't matter. So if Draco gets nerfed, so what? It's just trying to make better diversity. It's not like, oh, we're trying to make you grind out on harder missions and take longer. It's not that at all. It's going to be an equivalent of it, if not better. And, you know, it's just the most efficient thing, and they get that. They're going to keep it like that, but maybe they're going to change the way it looks or plays, or just, excuse me, just something to that effect, you know. I'm happy with it, because they're just trying to avoid burnout and people getting bored with their game, which I can speak from first-hand experience. I got a ton of. It's gotten a lot less over the past few months or so that I've been making videos, but I remember times where I'd be just grinding out to just make some money, or to rank up some Warframes or form up some stuff. It was the most mind-dullingly boring thing on the face of the planet. Draco, many people say it's toxic, but I don't know. 30 days Draco-less. Stay sober, everyone. Great idea for a t-shirt. Just saying. Great idea. But, so there will always be a loot cave anyways. Doesn't really matter to me. But what they're also going to be doing is maybe that the nodes will change around. So maybe Draco will be worse one day, and the drop, or the affinity chance or drop rates will increase on a different node, equally or even better than Draco to begin with. So I'm completely okay with that. I hope you guys are too. I really think it's cool, because the Draco tile set, it kind of sucks. Once you've done it over 200, 500 times, what's the difference? But anyways, let's get on to one of the more exciting topics, is going to be the new reworks for Warframes. So the next two that they will be redoing is Volt and Mag, the two starter Warframes that everyone kind of wondered, why were they starter frames? Because you needed a specific mod setup to use them. They were very situational. I mean, Mag was basically unkillable in Corpus missions with shield polarized, but Volt was always a little bit lackluster. He was good for captures if you just wanted to get things done quickly, but apart from that, relatively pointless. But they will both be coming out in before U19. which is going to be great. But why? They didn't really say. All they did say is they are planning something for that as well. Also before U19, all frames are going to be getting passives or going to be getting reworks of their existing passives. So I really don't know what to say about that. I think that'll be a good idea, but I really have no clue. But I really am so lost there. But let's just jump on to the next thing. This is also going to be the final skin that they're going to be showing us to the public, is the Banshee Deluxe skin. And that's going to be the last skin they will be showing to us in process or anything like that. Now they're going to keep it more secretive, they said. But Digital Extremes likes changing things. Nothing's usually concrete until it actually happens. So, you know, I can live with that. I kind of, like I said, I like the mystery. Doesn't really bother me at all. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, it freaking sucks, I want to prepare for it. It's like, just learn to go with the flow. I think it's fun. Smoke some mad kush, bro. Helps a lot. Nah, that was inappropriate. I apologize. But, so, they have finally showed the final product of the Banshee Deluxe skin. Oh my goodness gracious. It's probably one of the best looking Warframe skins since the Sarin Prime Deluxe skin. That thing was amazing. The colors were vibrant. There was no real like fade to them or anything like Mesa or Chroma colors. You can kind of see that there's distilled colors are not as bright or vibrant as others, but this skin, you could literally do any color palette you want, and they tried tons. They did all pink, black and white, Tron colors. They all looked good. I mean, kudos to, I'm sorry I forget your name, who made it, but wow, you did an amazing job on it. Yeah, so that I'm super psyched about, but let's talk a little bit now about the Volt rework. Now, there are going to be a few changes to him. It's not going to be an absolute nuclear bomb approach like they did to Excalibur and change everything about him, basically. But, I mean, he's getting some life improvements, basically. I mean, his shield, there's not too much changing with that, they said. The general looks and cosmetics of it are changing of it. Same thing goes for shock. It stays very similar, but it has all these powers supposed to have a little bit of synergy between each other. I think you might actually be able to use shock and charge your shield, so when enemies get close, they will actually maybe get shocked or something. So that could be something. They haven't actually confirmed it, but they weren't saying no to it as well. So I'm excited about that. Speed might be changing a little bit. They're very unsure on this because they might make it toggleable or like the wormhole kind of thing for Nova, because some people actually don't like the speed boost. I'm not exactly sure why. It increases so many things, not only your speed, your attack speed for melee weapons, and just stuff like that. And I'm like, I like that. I think that's very, very good. But I mean, if some people don't want it, I think that should be toggleable. But, you know, whatevs. Not too important, not too much going on there. But his final, Overload, that will be changing a lot. Massive changes there. It'll now actually be lethal. And it'll stop doing that stupid thing where it shorts out the lights, because it worked on less than 1/3 of the tile sets, basically. Thank God. I mean, it looked cool when it worked, or else it was kinda pointless. But now it's got a lot of synergy as well. It kind of makes it into a Tesla. When you send out your shock, it kind of stuns enemies as they are and deals damage over time. It basically, basically makes an enemy into a Tesla coil. They are stuck there in place, and they just shoot energy bolts out at people, which can be lethal if you do the right strength build. So I think that's actually very good, because that could be good for long endurance runs, for defenses and crowd control. You just get all the people close to a pod and then just shock them all, so when anything gets close to the pod, it just gets electrocuted and stun locked, and then you can kill it with whatever else you need, because right now it has unlimited duration, which will probably be changed, but you might as well use it while it lasts. So, also, one more thing, those are really all of his things that are going to be changing. Oh, I forgot one, my bad. He has a new passive now, which you remember when we were all kids, we used to just rub our feet along the floor and electrocute people, which was so fun. I used to do it. I mean, yes, it sometimes backfired and I would get shocked harder than the person, but I mean, they're going to be kind of doing something similar to that. It's kind of, I guess you could say, a trolly kind of thing. Like, you're going to be trolling the enemies, unlike your friends. So, it's basically like you get a lot of static friction or something like that, and it'll give you bonus shock damage on your next ability cast. So that I think is going to be very good. Maybe it'll also be like Neza's for speed. Instead of having the fire trail, it'll maybe actually have a shock trail. So maybe do like a ring around a pod for a mobile defense or something, and anything that walks into that gets electrocuted or stun locked by electricity. I don't know. The implications or ideas of this could be infinite at this point. But that is all of his changes that we know of right now, as well as one more, but not for him. It is for Mesa, one of the most controversial Warframes still in the game. I don't understand why. She's easily one of my favorite frames. I'm using her right now. I at least have 3 Forma in her, I know that. But it's going to be Peacemaker changes. New scaling of them, and I can't wait because it's just going to become so overpowered again. I always liked them, but now they don't do as much damage as before. Yes, granted, it still is a buttload, but it doesn't matter. Hey, more damage is more damage. You're going to be able to use, like, it'll give you procs now, like all the other ones, like the Artemis bow. You can use, the things that you have on your regular bow or primary equipped, it'll go onto there. Or like Exalted Blade for your melee weapon, it'll get all the procs from that. Holy moly, I just cannot wait for that. I mean, just think about it, just Peacemakers with Corrosive. Everything will die. Everything. Now also, a little bit more news before U19 comes out. I think they had said that they are actually going to be getting Kavats and Kaladin reworked before that, which is going to be awesome. I want a Kavat because they always put me down, and it's so annoying because they run at you and then it'll go right through you and then you die, or just, oh, it's annoying, especially on Draco. Stupid Hyacno Masters. Fuck off. But, so that's going to be awesome. And also, Kayla has a very old Coliseum style about it. The new arena it's like an arena. It may actually even have like a playing ground, but they also said it will have to do, you must be like the mastery rank with your Warframe. You have to be worthy. She moves around a lot, so I'm thinking it's going to be very gladiatorial like the Coliseum, which is going to be awesome. Because I was a big Greek fan or Roman fan, and I just loved like Sparta and Romans and all the fighting and things. I thought that was very cool and very interesting. So I'm glad they're going to be adding that aspect into the game. So that is awesome. And then also new augments for Warframes and weapons. I unfortunately do not remember what any of them are, but that's always a better thing. New everything is always great. And also better animations or pixels. You know, when you see just those pixels that just move around and they just kind of fidgeting there, they're going to be fixing that, and I am super happy about that. Anything that looks better, I'm super happy about. Now my final point is actually going to be the map rework. That I still don't think will be coming out before 18.5. May not even be done. No, excuse me, not 18.5. Maybe at 19. They may even put it even farther. But going back to the old-fashioned way, back to the best one. It's going to be like the star chart, actually, with all the links and things. It's going to be much easier to understand. But it's also going to be cool is that when you use your void keys, you may not actually be going to the void. The drop may actually be on a specific planet, which is going to be wicked. I would love to get like a, let's just say a Trinity Prime helmet, and you're just going to be doing like a survival on Earth for like 10 minutes or something. So that's going to be cool instead of just going to the void and getting burnt out so much on that. I think that's going to be awesome. And what they also said they're going to be bringing back as well are the more insulting bosses, how they used to be. When they'd say, oh, Tenno, I'm going to rip off your flesh skin and wear it as my own. It's like, oh, okay, that's disturbing on many levels. Now I'm going to have to go to a psychiatrist. Thanks, LadV. But, so they're going to be adding that once again, so you have more of an incentive to go fight them, maybe get that little Latino blood flowing or something like that. But that's really all it is. But also you can change where your dojo is positioned in the space, which is going to be very cool. I'm very much looking forward to that part, because apparently in the observatory you'll actually be able to see out the windows and see where you are in the galaxy. So that is actually all that this is going to be for this episode. Wow, this was a long one, but I thought it was a very good one. I hope you guys agree, and check out my other videos, and I'll see you guys later on the next video. Thank you all for watching.